Hi, my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. Do you remember how I said I might occasionally do an impromptu video? Just like if I'm thinking about things, maybe I'll just make a video and put it up and it'd just be kind of a short, or however long I end up talking, which is probably not, obviously I don't think I'll be the same length. Hi, my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. Do you remember where I said a while back that maybe I would do a video every so often, just an impromptu chit chat because I've been thinking about things or want to tell you something or whatever it is? Guess what? Today is the first one. And I thought it would just be simple. Sit down, it'll be simple. But lighting was an issue. Lighting is probably still an issue at the moment, so I might be a little bit bright. I could not get the lighting fixed based on sitting here in the corner to have a different view. Anyway, there isn't anything fast in video. So if you are ever making video, you will find that out. Okay, so why am I doing this? Well, I was just thinking about a few things. One, I finished all the stitching on the Mr. Lucky. That's what I'm calling him, Mr. Lucky. The pattern is called Oh Lucky Day by Brenda Gervais, and you have to get it from her website. And I do want to do the Oh Lucky Day, that little stitchery there. I think on maybe this color with like, I don't know, green, I think. All green lettering, but look, they have little rickrack around them. She made little pillows, so I'm not doing that. This is going to be like a little wall hanging. She uses smaller cloth, so I wanted to show you that. And I'm going to, hopefully for Tackle It Tuesday, on Tuesday, that video, I will have the little quiltlet made because now I've got this finished. Yay, 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 yay. The other thing is today is the kickoff of Make-A-Wish, and because I'm not normally doing, and I haven't done Friday videos for a very long time, it is this Friday and then the first Friday next month. So there were just two parts. So you have section 1, and I have had the pattern for a while because I am doing this and putting mine up for auction, but I did not make mine yet. So mine is still the fabrics that I'll use right there. Tiny Wishes, because I have Tiny Wishes in to work with. It's still not in a lot of stores. Most stores don't have it yet. If anybody has it, I don't know. I haven't heard of any of you finding it yet. But they send some early yardage so that we have a little bit to work with. But I haven't started mine yet, so I will be working on that. And I had two other things, just kind of, mulling stuff over. Did that ever happen to you? You just sort of, your brain gets to mulling and thinking about different stuff. Like right now, because we are having the most spectacular couple of days of what I would call spring or lovely, lovely summer. Like summer actually was like this the whole time. Oh my goodness, it would be amazing. But of course, it's not going to be that way. It'll get much warmer here in the very near future, if not in the next day or so. So we don't get many days of this sort of absolutely perfect, mild, warm weather. If you live in an area that has that all the time for summer, I think San Diego is the place. If you want to go have weather like this, most of the time you live in San Diego, which is a bit pricey, right? It's a little pricey to live in San Diego area. I had relatives that lived there for a while. But I digress. But what happens is I shouldn't digress because that's what this whole video is about. It's just kind of chit-chatting about what's on my mind. I'm working on, my gardening is limited now because I can get my back really aggravated very easily, and then it can take days or weeks till it calms down again. So I had to be super careful what I'm doing with the gardening, and I had planned, because we did travel for 20 years, and then when COVID happened, I broke my wrists and, just different things. And finally last year I thought, I want to make a corner garden in the back. We have a pretty big yard, but most of it I don't garden because I wasn't around to take care of it. And the years prior when I worked in an office, I didn't want to spend my 2 days off working a big garden. A big yard, so there's not much in it, but I thought that one corner I can see it out my window from here. We can see it off of our side deck here. That's what's behind here, out to the deck, that. And I thought that would be a really pretty thing. So we got it sort of mulched in, and I bought an arch. Let me just show you a quick picture. And I do have down the side, the neighbors, it's our fence, but on the neighbor's side, I have hostas growing, which are really pretty. And the deer don't jump my fence, so I can have hostas in my backyard. I picked up these pink super tunias. They do really well in my front yard. The deer have not been eating them, which is nice. And they just give this big pops of pink because they will bring in very full and have a lot of color. And so I'm working with pink and yellow. There might be some purple. I have some other things that come up that have purple in them. This tall piece on the left is a bee balm, a type of bee balm, and I've only had that once before, and it's been a very, very long time, so we're going to try it and see how that works out. And then the back is lantana in yellow, so it can give me a really great pop of yellow. So I'm hoping that all, and I have a few other things. I'm going to get some little bit of white to add in there. And the two cannas, I forgot about them. They're actually going to go over in my backyard corner, out over there, where I can see them from my kitchen. So pretty. So I'm mulling over what we'll do back there. I'm not sure I want to put in ground things. It might just be some pots, and then I'm trying to figure out how to do pots so that they look nice without putting things in the ground. It is kind of nice to just be able to trade out or switch around things with having the pots, and I do a lot of pots within my front garden. And I've been buying my annuals. I do a lot of annuals because of that, which I'm okay with. I make myself a gardening budget, so that's what I have to work with, which is totally fine. But those are one of the things that I've been, thinking about and working on kind of as a main project. Or my main project to be thinking about right now is getting that sort of set up. I am pretty much a spring gardener. After spring, for the first part of summer, then I'm okay watering it and pulling the weeds here and there. But I don't want to do all the structure stuff or the figuring out stuff or the planting stuff. I mean, I want all that done now. So I'm working on that because I don't think we're going to have any more freezes in the evenings. I think we're done with that. At least I hope so. Oh goodness. So there was another thing I was thinking about. Actually, a couple things. Last night, I actually thought about this last night because I do stretches, like I've mentioned just earlier, and then often over time, is that I have deterioration in my back, which means I have to be really careful and have to stretch and all those things. And I've done a lot of physical therapy to see if we could strengthen other parts so that would help that area. And I was able to improve my neck where there's deterioration, but the back has been cranky, not cooperating at all. And one of the interesting things is a lot of the people I saw, either physical therapists or doctors, they would always, I tell them I was doing yoga when I was doing a bit, I did a couple of years there. I did a lot of yoga. And with Yoga with Adrienne online, let me show you her website. I like Yoga with Adrienne because, first of all, I like her. I like her cadence. I like her conversation with you as a person. She feels one-to-one, which is what I try to do with you. She has her dog Benji, which is always super cute. And what she shows you is doable, or you can kind of modify it. You can do what you can do if it's a little bit more advanced for you. So, the things that she puts out on her YouTube are very doable for most people. And so I've been doing that. But when I saw people, doctors, the physical therapists, they were always, like I said, I did this yoga, online. And they're, oh, that's good. You should try Pilates. Everybody's like, you should really try Pilates. Pilates builds up more strength and et cetera, et cetera. Well, my biggest problem was I couldn't find an online instructor for Pilates that I wanted to watch. There are people there. I found one or two, but they didn't have enough videos. They were also tended to go a little bit more advanced than I could. So I would get stuck in their video cycle where I couldn't really progress. And so what happened? What do you think happened? I stopped doing yoga. And I haven't really done it for a year, or probably longer than a year, because everybody kept saying, no, no, don't do yoga, do Pilates. And it just didn't work for me. So last night, it just hit me. I was doing some stretches and it just hit me. It's like, I should just go back and do yoga. I like yoga. I feel like I'm getting a little stiffer because I'm not doing it, you know, like stiffer in the morning when I wake up, late at night again, you know, like I thought, I'm just going to do it because I'm not doing the Pilates. So I might as well do the yoga, which I did feel really kept me very limber, and I didn't feel that stiffness. So I am going to start again with Yoga with Adriene. I don't know, at one point I was doing maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes of this segment, because sometimes hers are like 25 minutes long, and I don't do that long. I just do what, you know, 15 minutes. I think I'm going to start today. So I'm going to start today. Today is Friday. Yay. May 2nd. Yay. I'm going to start. Just going to start over. Oh, do you keep track of that stuff? Like sometimes I do. And then sometimes later I think, I wish I kept track of that. Like what day did I start again? And how long have I been doing this now on a restart? It's been interesting because I think my friend Cindy is the one who got me interested in this. She was like, I've been doing it and I really like it. So that's what got me started back, I think, just before 2020. I think a few months before January of that year and then in January she used to be doing like a whole month of things, but this year she changed it up. But anyway, I digress there again. But if you have something, let me know in the comments. Do you have something that you stopped for some reason? Like think about it. Was there something you used to do that you really enjoyed? You really, really enjoyed it. And you felt good about it, but then somehow something happened and you stopped. If you have something like that, think about why did you stop, and do you think maybe you want to start it again? Because maybe you stopped for a reason like I did, like people told me to do something different that wasn't working for me, so it just wasn't doing anything. Yeah, I'd love to hear. Love to hear. Okay, I am signing off because this is just a trial balloon. Let's sort of see how this goes, just sort of thoughts and things that are not so much quilt related, but they're life related, and I'm very interested in talking about life. I don't know you as a community that comes here to watch. I don't know if that interests you. Some of you probably not, which is fine. But if it does interest you, let me know. If it doesn't, you don't need to tell me. I'll just assume because you didn't comment. You don't need to tell me. Kind of burst my bubble when you do, you know? You know how that is? So, okay, my friend. I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone and for my trial of a very first little sit and chat. I'll see you online.